Rao Garu, that exploitation, actually it is left to us to take what meaning we want to take it.
Right,
In the
correct,
sense,
correct.
I was just going to say a few words on that. That exploitation of any mineral depends upon, of course, the what is the mineral, then type of deposit, if it is bedded or it is massive deposits or spacer deposits, things like that, various kinds of deposits which are there. Years of lease also matters nowadays, and the quantity which you have to see. There are varieties in the sense earlier you have seen that people have taken large leases and leases are continuing and his production is hardly anything. So now that kind of a thing which happened earlier is gone, but now you cannot do that. So that quantity also has to be, so for forming any strategy, so these are the four or five factors which are there, which have to be taken into account. Now, why I was telling you, their conditions differ from here to Australia to other, but talking about our country. See, Australia, any deposit they take it, they don't see life more than 25 years. They would like to mine as much as possible in the shortest period as possible. But whereas in India, some of the deposits are there for last 70 years. Whoso releases are surviving yet. Because the quantities required was very low. Although as a matter of raw material security, the leases have been taken. Maybe I'm talking about captive leases especially, when they have been given those leases because you are setting up an industry. The strategy was to exploit less, as much less as possible, or don't go for commercial activity or sale or exports or things like that, and use it for the plant is necessary, because the plant, life of the plant is very large. I mean, if this is 50, 60 years or 100 years, the plant may be there. So lease, also you try to continue that long. So that kind of a strategy which is to be, that has to be available. You see, it depends upon who is mining. If he is a commercial operator, he would like to make as much profit as possible. But if he is, as I said, a captive operator, because he wants to sustain the property for a longer time, so he will mine a lower grades, maybe beneficiate it, maybe blend it with the higher grades ore and try to carry on. Although for him also cost matters, but in view of the sustainability, to cater for the sustainability, he will try to even spend that money, and that is built up in the final product, which may be steel or which may be cement or which may be any other thing. So that is the thing. But if he is a commercial operator, you can't expect him that he will keep his profits low and wait for something to happen. So that's not generally the case. So that is the difference in that. In any case, see, the mining has to be balanced. Now, in the sense that because my market is for 63%, I will not mine only 60% and plus and sell it off. But if I can take it lower grades and beneficiate it, maybe some loss in the profit, but overall it is a profitable thing, because for him also he can carry on and get more quantity, but at a cost. So that also has to be seen, and most of them are looking into that also. It's very rare.
Yeah,
but only difference was, see, earlier we were telling that up to 56% you should mine, and you are taking their word. Except Goa, the things are a little different. But other places, now it has come down to 45%. So now we'll have to think what is the type of beneficiation you'll have to use it to beneficiate it from 45% to marketable grade. So that is what we have to see. That is the, mineral dressing engineer comes into picture, a scientist comes into picture. He has to see that what is that which we can do to improve this quality. See, when I went to Australia, first, about 30 years back or something like that time, they were beneficiating from 54% to 64%, and they were marketing that material. But they were beneficiating from 54 to 64%. Their beneficiation plant was taking care of it. Whereas at the same time in our country, we were just washing and screening, classifying, and then sending it. And the slime losses were there. In the slime, sometimes more than 50% grade. See, most of the slimes on all the mines, just go and check up. The grade will be much more than 50%. Maybe somewhere around 54, 55% also. Because some blue dust also has gone into it in washing. So you will get that. That is why now why we are going to slime beneficiation, because there already it is up to 54%, so you can beneficiate it up to beyond 60%, which is marketable grade at the moment in any case. In 80s, when we wanted to increase the production at Joda East Iron Mine from 2 million tons to 5 million tons, then I had proposed based on the total beneficiation concept for that mine, because you can mine the ore, balanced mining comes in and you beneficiate right, including lumps, fines and everything, and hardly you would have left with only 8 to 10% of the slime loss. But because of it was costing about 100 crores those days. Because of the shortage of funds, they said, all right, we'll do the bare minimum, the usual washing, screening, this thing. And that costed less. But the thing is, finally now the realization is there, more money is there, but it's going to cost only 300 and odd crores. Where it would have finished in 100 crores, it is more than 350 or 400 crores they are going to spend. So this is also the timely perception, that timely, doing the jobs will save you a lot of money also. So just now the total beneficiation system is being done to increase the production up to 8 million tons. They are doing it. So what I am telling is, this timely action is very, very essential. And when you are thinking, and some suggestions are there, so we'll have to see how to do those things.